Nacho, man. I want some nachos, man. How you all doing? Welcome back. So we got one thing we can do, briefing on the current political situation. Anton wants to run far, far away. I can't imagine anything good is going to be told to us. I strutted to the White Room with a cup of coffee in my hand. My vice president has scheduled a meeting on the current political situation. I never should have let the boy wonder. I should have just given him like some plastic toy keys and be like, this is what you're gonna use. I opened the door and entered the room. Albin immediately stood up. Good morning, Mr. President. Oh. Good morning, Albin. This shouldn't take long. I just wanted to go over the current political climate. First off, your changes to the party manifesto, which I fully applaud, by the way, have been causing quite a ruckus among the conservative wing of the party. Alright, Albin, you better come through. The whole reason you're fucking VP is I'm trying to change the direction of the party, and I need a block of the party to support us. And you kind of control the more radical reformist part of the party. A group of MPs have decided to quit the USP, 26 to be exact. They gave their resignation letters today. Excellent! Excellent! Those fools, go join the NFP! They don't realize that if the conservatives leave our party as a whole may be temporarily weaker, but our power in the party will increase and we'll have a better chance of representing the people. It could be that they'll join the ranks of the NFP. Yeah, I think that's likely. Yeah, that's as I expected. We don't need anyone who wouldn't stay by our side. In fact, that was the problem. We had a party that refused to support us. It's time to get rid of the ones that don't want to be a part of this. If you say so, Mr. President. Claven, don't you want the reformists to be in charge of the party? Next is time to talk about our election prospects. You know, before we move on, Claven, I wanted to ask you about something that I heard from my daughter. If we remember, our daughter told us that she saw Elvin Claven yelling at a teacher in her school to get his dumb kid better grades. I also have to warn you, Claven, if you say anything bad about my dumb little child, I'm going to throw you out the window. Sure, your daughter? Yes, people saw you shout at the teachers. I don't like power trips, Albin. That must be a misunderstanding. No, it's not I see. You can't use your title to threaten and manipulate the teachers to get your idiot son ahead of everyone else. Frankly, Albin, it is disgusting. You're disgusting. I didn't do anything wrong. Oh. He eyed me for a few seconds and then decided against whatever he was going to say. Well, okay, I guess you're right. There was a sharp, soft knock on the door. Oh, I hope it's all right with you that I invited Mr. Glad to this portion of the meeting. You should be glad you did that, because I'm not going to be on your ass anymore with him here. How are you two getting along these days? He's a hard man to read, but I think we made our peace. Albin went to the door, and Lucien walked in. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President. If Lucien still resented my choice of Vice President, he didn't show it. His tone was nothing but cordial and professional. Lucien is a consummate professional. The three of us sat down. Albin handed out a new set of documents. Mr. Claven, I'll let you take the lead on this. Lucien, is this my punishment for picking the boy wonder? Oh, thank you, Mr. Glad. I just received the results of a voter poll commissioned by Peter Vector shortly before his departure. To put it in plain language, it's not great. Bad even. The USP stands to lose up to 20% of the vote compared to last time around. That's alright. Fuck the party, man. Tell it to me straight, bitches. Do we even have a chance? Oh, we still have a year to gain more votes, but we've got to think strategically. Which presumably is why you have retained the services of your chief strategist. Do you have something to add, Lucien? You can say whatever you want. No, pardon the interruption. It's alright, bro. You can say anything you want, Lucian. Albin shuffled some pages around. Looking at the demographics of the voters polled, you've fallen out of favor with conservatives. Yeah, like, is anybody watching this surprised who's actually paid attention? Less than half of them are likely to vote for you. The liberal base appears divided, but you do have, considerable number of supporters there. For better or worse, you certainly aren't popular with the nationalists. If you ever had any support from socialists, you've completely lost it now. Well, we have been a very capitalistic push. Good news, though. You're set to have the highest share of the Blutish vote of any Sordish president. You're even winning them away from the WPB. While even the Workers' Party of Blutia is losing support compared to us? Whoa, we did something right there. Lastly, we can't expect votes from centrists and unaffiliated voters unless we do something to win them over. So you're saying we don't have much of a chance right now. Lucian, what do you suggest? Lucian smiled and bowed his head slightly. I think Lucian has schadenfreude and enjoys any moment when I ignore the boy wonder and ask the adult in the room, Lucian, about things. Thank you, Mr. President. This may sound like common sense, but a convincing enough campaign can succeed where policies fail. I would say some of our policies have worked, though. I'd say a lot of them have worked. Outside of the constitutional reforms. Even if you've not opted to focus on your campaign at the moment, I'd still advise you to seize every chance for exposure that you can. Alright, I'll take that into account, Lucian. Your advice is usually correct. Good. One more thing. There's a not insignificant portion of undecided voters who don't care who occupies the Maroon Palace as long as the economy is running smoothly. I agree with you, Lucian, and up until recently the economy was projected for growth, but now it's going back in the shitter. Propping up the economy just ahead of the election is a surefire way to win them over. I agree with you, but what else can we do that we haven't done that is free? Because we've done a lot of things. Most of the regions in the economy, most of the regions in the nation, their economy is either growing or at least they're kind of holding steady, other than that, Bergia. Thank you for the advice. Lucian nodded in acknowledgement. Stability is the key to allow the economy to improve further. Currently, the country is still struggling to develop due to instability. I disagree with you, Lucian. I mean, I agree with your first part. That's why we've spent money on law and order. We've gotten rid of so much of the corruption. We've gotten rid of the violent protests. There's a lot more stability in the nation than there was when we took over. A ton more. There's some worrying news. The Lotharberg group is up to something. My informants have been talking about frequent meetings happening between the oligarchs. They must have figured out, well, it was reported in the press, that we're gunning for them. That we have our anti-corruption police investigating them. I don't know how much of that Lucian actually knows. That covers most of it. Alright, Elbin, what are your thoughts? What do the liberals want? I don't think it matters that I ask him, because I think the liberals like us, but I don't know, they might vote for the what is it? The Pifja party? Maybe it is good to know. Elbin, what are your thoughts? What do the liberals want? Those dirty liberals. I would say the liberal base is very concerned with equality. If you want their vote, you need rock-solid policies on women's rights and human rights in general. Oh man, I miss Pete. Pete would have made some dick joke about getting rock-solid on women's policies. Liberals love a free market, so if you're anything less than a full-bore capitalist, you're gonna have to whip Sordland's economy into the best shape it's ever been. We've been pretty much full bore. The only thing we haven't been is on the medical system. Everything else we have been. If you really want to clinch the liberal vote, well, you could always look for an excuse to leave the USP, but that's bound to have other consequences. Well, originally that was my thought, to be honest, to abandon the party and start our own party. But if the conservatives are leaving our party right now, we might have the situation we want. We might have already taken over the party. Yes, that would be extremely unwise to leave the party. I'll keep that in mind regardless. I've just about had it with the USP. Anyway, that's my advice for what it's worth. Thank you, Elbin. Was that all for today? Yeah, that's everything on my end. Oh. I could say the three of us make a good team, but I'm not gonna do that. Good work, both of you. I'll see you shortly. Alright, Lucian. I left the room to attend my next meeting. Come on, you damn economy. I'm gonna punch you in your freaking line if you don't get better. What do we got going on? News? Polio disease suppressed after exiting Wayland. The polio disease, which was spreading wildly in Wayland, has crossed over to the Bergia region. However, thanks to the administration's foresight, large quantities of vaccines have been secured to combat the sickness. However, it seems vaccines can merely suppress the disease to a certain extent. Many of the citizens in Bergia and rural areas are procrastinating in administering the vaccine due to travel distance to the nearest clinic and other related industries. Well, that's mostly good, I guess. 13 dead in Morna attack. I think that's where we're working on the new port. In a shocking terror attack, a gunman opened fire at random during protests in Morna with an AK-47. Morna Police Department announced that the official number of casualties are at 13, with many more injured. The number is expected to increase due to the congestion at the time of attack. Citizens are warned to stay away from crowded places. That ain't good. And bomb threat in Benfi protests. Police have been warned about a potential bomb threat in the Benfi protests. Security forces were deployed to the area, and an investigation is underway to confirm the truth of the information. All citizens near the city center of Benfi or protest need to exercise caution and be aware of their surroundings. Please report any suspicious activity. Okay, so the protests themselves are not violent anymore, but we still have one or two horrible extremists. What do we got, Lockhaven Times? Narble bloodbath! In the recent chain of bloody events, this time, Narble was the victim. Protests were ramping up when, according to witness accounts, a group of 3 men ambushed the police with large knives, turning the police resting area into a bloodbath. 6 policemen have succumbed to their injuries. Meanwhile, the attackers ran away. As horrendous as the incident is, we can't help but wonder where our attacks is going if the police can't even deal with 3 people. Hey, we're spending more money on the cops. And then government buys polio vaccine from Karut. Yep, we got that. Pascal bought those. We're doing the best we can with the polio epidemic. And winds of change at Capitol Park. Apparently they're protesters. They're protesting something. Whatever. This has got to be the bomb thing. Protests turned violent in Benfi after a man was killed by security forces for carrying a picket sign with a flashing electrical device on it on the suspicion of a bomb. Under inspection, it was found to be a simple flashing light. Oh no. It's the Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie all over again. After the incident, protesters surrounded the police and 6 policemen were injured. In the subsequent events, the police were showered with rocks and tear gas was deployed. The situation has escalated. You idiots! We were just getting the protests under control. This is about the gunman. The death toll is now at 54 and increasing. Oh, the attacker was found to be hiding his weapon under a bagel stand? How could delicious bagels turn against us? The motive for the attack is unknown, and no terrorist organizations have claimed credit. What else we got report-wise? Narble, give me some good news. 6 dead, 14 injured. Oh, that was the police attack. The attackers, the group of 3 teenagers, ran away. Wait, is that the new youth movement? Like, you take care of the red swords, or the red youth and young swords, and there's got to be a new group of terrorist kids. The Ministry of Health has submitted a report. It states that the polio disease is creeping out of the Bergia region, with the suburban areas being hit the hardest due to their limited access to healthcare services. He warns that it'll not be long before the infection starts spreading in cities like Holsword, Benfi, and Lock. You fucking idiot, Pascal! Get those vaccines to people! Do I have to do everything myself? You imbecile! The number of infected is currently about 15,000. The death toll has been about 2,600. I swear, like 3/4 of our ministers are fucking worthless imbeciles. Long lines waiting for polio vaccines. Oh, Pascal, Long lines of citizens in the major city of Tyre are expected to be administered with the polio vaccine, though there is some resentment with the citizens in the cities that the disease has not yet reached. Most of the people in Bergia region are happy that the disease is under control. I would hope so. Polio is a horrible thing. Hey, the port is making progress. Tell me, these exclamation marks, there's two of them. Tell me one of them is going to be something good. I've had too much negative news. Arcasia offers military investment aid, or I can read a report about that protest at Capitol Park the radical was whining about, or a briefing about unrest among the populace. Let's go deal with the Arcasian thing first. Arcasian Foreign Minister Laurent Martel, in concert with the Arcasian President Dwight Walker, has extended a significant proposition to bolster Sordland's military-industrial complex in Enrica. The generous aid package from Arcasia encompasses substantial financial assistance, logistical support, and expert guidance from their private military companies. This offer aligns with the industrial expansion plans outlined by Ministers Hall and Manger, aiming to transform Sordland into a competitive hub for new industries. My only worry is its private military companies. I don't know if I want them in here. Quinel had issues with that, but then supposedly Quinel and Arcasia came to peace on that. I guess we'll accept the aid. Is that going to help us here at all? We'll find out. No, it didn't. Alright, let's see where it did affect things. Enrica Resurgence. Arcasian aid fortifies Sordland's defense industry. Alright, so that's supposed to be a boost for our defense industry. I don't know if that's going to make our military stronger. Enrica Ascendancy. Arcasian aid promises industrial revolution. The announcement of a significant aid package from Arcasia has ignited a spark of potential industrial revolution in Enrica. Well, that could be good if they're spending it in the economy here. While this initiative promises a transformation of our military-industrial complex, the positive implications on our economy are manifold, and we need to openly navigate this investment to secure Sordland's long-term economic interests. As we step into this new era, it's essential that our growth becomes synonymous with the values of Arcasian capitalism. We do want to get closer to them. We want to join ATO. I'm sure the radical doesn't like it. Arcasian aid bolstering Sordland's military industry. Yes, let's see, what do we got in the military? Alright, so it's green, Sordish military industry. Sordland has established a new military industry to manufacture and supply the country's armed forces with necessary equipment. This move is aimed at reducing the country's dependence on foreign suppliers and increasing self-sufficiency in the production of military hardware. The industry has the potential to boost the country's economy by creating jobs and promoting technology transfer. That sounds pretty good. We need jobs. We need to grow the economy. What do we got in the economy? Military Industrial Expansion Program. Yeah. I'm a little worried about the whole PMC, private military corporations thing. I have a feeling that's going to bite us in the ass at some point. Oh wait, what's this? Military industry grows, bolstered by Arcasian investment. Enrica is witnessing a steady growth in its military industry, thanks to Arcasian investments from the guidance of private military companies. This influx of foreign capital and expertise has significantly boosted the sector, positioning Enrica as a growing hub for military-industrial output. Self-sufficiency and military production will help Sordland deter regional rivals. Plus, hopefully we can sell weapons to other people, I guess. So we know we have some problems ahead of us. There's some growing unrest in the country again. Despite all the things we've solved, more problems ever. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. We still have a national debt, and growth is going down again. So much shit to try and fix. But at least hopefully with this newest thing, Arcasian investment, their companies setting up businesses here, hopefully that'll help our economy. Hopefully that'll help us join ATO, and hopefully that'll make us stronger. I guess we'll find out in the near future. Thanks for hanging out.